What? His body? He's dead?
Yes, sir, he is.
This is 16-year-old Dillen Murray, who can be seen visibly shaken as he learns of the death of his friend, 15-year-old Giovanni Diaz, an untimely tragedy for a boy whose journey had barely begun. But on March 19, 2018, just hours earlier during a 911 call, Dillen's father confronted him. In a frantic moment, Dillen repeatedly mentioned Giovanni, claiming his friend had tried to kill him and that he might have killed Giovanni in self-defense.
Dad, help! I think Gio tried to kill me, and I think I killed him.
Dillen cast himself as a terrified boy, acting out of fear and desperation.
I killed somebody! I killed somebody.
In the hours that followed, his tearful display seemed to convey deep remorse, yet as detectives dug deeper, a disturbing truth began to emerge. Was Dillen truly overcome with regret, or was this all part of a calculated attempt to cover his tracks?
I understand something happened earlier today. Tell me about that. What happened earlier?
What happened today was my friend wanted. Should I just tell you the whole story from the beginning? Because it's going to be hard to explain from the beginning.
Yeah, by all means, start from the beginning.
Last Wednesday, I was at my friend Zach's house. I left Zach's house and I saw Gio.
What's Zach's last name? I'm sorry.
Zach Black.
Black?
Yeah.
Okay. Does he live near you guys?
Yes, we all live next to each other. Was all friends.
Okay. What happened last Wednesday? You went to Zach's house?
Yeah, everything like normal, but when I was leaving, I quit. I had stopped hanging out for Gio for a long time, and then I saw Gio, and Gio was like, "Hey, Monday for sure. Make sure when you get done with your studies, text me, and we're gonna burn." So I had on me, obviously.
So was Gio at Zach's house as well, or was it when you were
he was
leaving?
just walking by himself. And when Gio asked me that, I didn't think nothing of it. Everybody always comes out and says, "Hey, you want to smoke in the woods?" But he was like, and at the time I didn't know. I thought he just didn't want to smoke with Zach, but he was like, "It's just gonna be me and you. It's just gonna be me and you." But today, it's Monday. I walked down the street and he saw me, and we went into the woods. And then before we went into the woods, he was like, "Hey, you want to play baseball after we get high?" And I was like, "Yeah, let's play baseball. You want to go get Zach afterwards?" And he was like, "Hell yeah, bro." So I went back home. I grabbed my baseball bat. I go back in the woods. I have a seat, and I start to roll the. And then he's like, "I gotta use the bathroom." And he went behind the tree, and he was like, "Don't look, because my dick is out."
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gay. I'm not gonna look anyways. But all of a sudden, he was like, "Ah!" And I heard like he was moving because it's the woods. And I was like, "What's wrong?" He was like, "An ant just bit my. Don't turn around. I still got my dick out. I'm still gotta go pee." But right when he said that, he turned around. He was above me with the baseball bat. And I didn't even think, bro. I just put my arm up, and he did like a little thing like that and tried to hit me. And I put my hand up, and the only place he hit me with the baseball bat was right here, and it wasn't even that hard. And when I grabbed the baseball bat like this, I disarmed him, and he had these blue gloves on. And he was like, I took the baseball bat from him, he threw his gloves down, and then he hit me, and he was like, "Now you're gonna fucking get it." And then I bet when he punched me, that's when I got mad, and the baseball bat started, and I didn't stop until I saw blood. The last thing I remember was like just looking at him. And there was blood everywhere, and I was like, why didn't I just put him in a headlock or something? Why did I hit him with the baseball bat? And then I got real queasy, and I just ran out in the woods and throw up, screaming for help.
From the start, this interrogation manages to stand out. Most suspects hesitate, deflect, or deny when confronted with a situation, but Dillen confesses almost immediately. Rather than bringing clarity, his quick admission deepens the mystery of what truly happened in the woods.
How long have you known Giovanni?
A long time, like 3 years.
In the neighborhood?
School, neighborhood, we were friends. The only time we got in Babham is like 2 years ago when we got into a fight, but we've been good since then.
What happened during that fight 2 years ago?
Gio was just like making fun of me, and he walked up to me and he pushed me, and then we got into a fight
Where was this at?
at the bus stop.
Okay.
And I didn't think nothing of it. He's not the only one that asks me to come in the woods and smoke weed with him. He's not the only one. Everybody else does. I didn't think nothing of it. But when he punched me in the face, I just lost it, man.
So it was last Wednesday, you said it was,
Yes.
that he texted you?
No, we
Or-
talked
you definitely-
face to
That's right.
face. And today, I said, hey, if you still want to chill, you can meet me at the rocks. And it's just like me and you, like you said. And he was like, all right, cool. And then we were walking. I was texting him, spamming him, hey, where you at? I want to chill. Where you at? And then he was just looking at my text, and I was walking around the neighborhood because he told me he was going to be off school. He had me just walking around the neighborhood. And he's my friend. I don't think nothing of it, man. And then I saw him walking, and he was like, oh, hey, bud. Oh, calm.
Wait,
I turned around the corner. I was like, you been reading my text messages? He was like, yeah. And then we were fine until we got into the woods.
okay.
And I feel really bad. I don't know if is he okay or...
Well,
I mean, I know he attacked me, bro, but I could have, just put him in a headlock or nothing, but I beat him.
I'm sorry, just backing up a little bit. You said when you woke up today, that's when you texted him?
No, after about 2 hours before my studies, I was like, hey, I'm about to be done with my studies. Do you want to chill out?
Do you remember what time that was, roughly?
At this point, but I didn't delete. I told my dad I'm not going to delete my text off my phone. You can, whenever y'all have my phone, you can read where I was like, hey, do you want to chill, just me and you?
Does your phone
And
have
spam him.
a password on it or anything?
No, you can just swipe.
Okay.
I've got nothing to hide. I just feel really guilty because I could have did. When I left at the woods, he looked like he was hurt really bad, and I know I could have did something else not to hurt him that bad.
Okay.
Just couldn't stop.
Prior to last Wednesday when you saw him, I know you said 2 years ago you guys got in this fight.
We were fine. We're fine.
Was everything good after that?
We're fine. We don't barely talk unless we see each other walking, because we barely text each other. But we were fine. Like every time I seen him, he was like, "What's up?" Nothing was wrong.
Dylan's version of events is simple. Two friends meeting up to get high and talk until one of them thinks of killing the other. But why would Giovanni suddenly try to kill Dylan?
And I just got my stuff ready. I did my studies, and when he was like, I'm gonna come out, I went out, and he wasn't out about the time he was out. I had to walk around the neighborhood until I saw him.
And where did you first see him?
I saw him on his street, far from the woods.
Okay. Does he live on the same street that the woods are on, or does he live off a separate street?
No, all he's got to do to get to the woods is walk straight and take a right, and the woods are right there.
Did you guys start walking at that time, walking together?
Yeah, seemed fine, bro. Nothing seemed wrong with him. Nothing. Swear, he was fine.
What kind of things did you guys talk about as you walked to the woods?
He said, "Do you got the?" And then on the way I said, "Yeah." He's like, "Do you got any?" And I was like, "Yeah, some fire stuff, like normal guys would talk about." When we got right by the woods, he just stopped and he was like, "Hey, you want to play baseball?" And I was like, "Yeah, I just got a baseball bat. My dad has it." And then he was like, "Oh, go get it." And then when you get back, you'll roll the. And then he was like, "You gonna do it?" And I was like, "Hell yeah, I'm gonna play baseball. I love football."
So this is
baseball.
Before going into the woods.
Before, right there, because my neighbors saw me. You can ask them. Saw me walking around back and forth for the neighborhood by myself until he showed up. And then thinking nothing, I went and got the baseball bat and I grabbed it. I put it right behind me like this, like this. And I just started going like that. And he was like, "I gotta take a pee." He walked off and he went behind the tree. And then that's all I know.
So Giovanni asked you if you wanted to play baseball afterwards, right?
After we smoked.
Yeah. And so that's when you went back to your house to get the bat?
Yeah, I went back to my house. I got the bat, and I showed them to the bat, and he was like, "Oh yeah, bro, it's a nice bat," because it was all metal. It's not one of those wooden ones.
Where did how long is it? Your bat or is it your dad's bat? Family members?
It's just a bat that was laying around that I had never seen before. And when he was like, "Hey, do you want to play baseball?" I was like, "Oh, that's cool. There's a bat at my house."
And where did you first see this bat?
In the shed, 2 months ago, but then it went missing, and now it was under the couch.
That you found the bat?
Maybe 10 minutes after I came back home, because it wasn't that long at all. I found the bat that was already back out the woods.
On today?
Today.
Okay. So when Giovanni asked if you wanted to play baseball, when you went back to your house looking for the bat, that's when you found it?
Yes, because I knew I had a bat. I just couldn't recollect where it was at the time.
Now, in the woods, you talk about, sitting on a rock or whatnot.
I wasn't sitting on a rock. I had my face pointed the other way because I didn't want to see him take it. He told me his was
So you were standing at that point?
No, I was sitting like this.
Like on the ground?
Yeah, like this. And I was rolling and right when I sat down, I was going to sit down over there like this. But he was like, turn around and sit right here because I got to take a pee. So he made me turn around like that.
So what were you sitting on?
I was sitting on just dirt.
Oh, so on the ground?
Yeah.
Okay. And then you had placed the bat, you said, behind you?
Yeah, I just like tossed it behind me like, and then started rolling.
And he was somewhere in the trees behind you?
Somewhere behind a tree, in a bush, somewhere behind something. Because there was a couple times I went like this, like not all the way, but like he wasn't in the peripheral.
Gotcha. And then you're in the process of rolling the...
No, I was breaking it up, like going like this with both my hands and trying to like lick it. And when I heard him say, an ant bit me, I have to move. And I was like, I'm turning around. He was like, don't look, my dick's still out. But when he said that, his foot was like right next to my back. And then I heard the bat get up from the ground. And then he went to hit me. I put this arm up just like this to block. Went like that, grabbed his arm. And he punched me in the face. And when he punched me in the face, he backed up. I had the bat in my hand. He looked at me. And he just went like this with the gloves. You're about to get it. And then that's when he stuck me. And then the rest is just like you already know.
On the surface, Dillen's reenactments of the crime seem to suggest self-defense. He claims Giovanni hit him first, but there's a glaring issue. Dillen has no visible injuries to back up his story.
How many times did he hit you?
He hit me twice. Once with the bat, and then once with this fist.
Was it like a closed fist, open?
A closed fist. He hit me right here.
Where? So the right side of your face, like in the cheek area?
Yes.
And then when he hit you with the bat, which arm did he hit you at?
He only hit me right here with the bat.
So your left forearm?
Yeah. Because he was going to try to hit me in the head like this. Because I was sitting down at the time, and when I turned around, I was like this. And I just looked up and saw a bat, and then as it was coming down, I just closed my eyes and put this up.
Standing above you with the bat coming down, was he behind where you're sitting, so you're looking straight up, or did you turn and he's kind of off to the side?
He was, at first, when he picked the bat, I turned around and went like this. And when I got about right here, I noticed the bat was like above my head, like that. And then when I got all the way around here, I guess is when he like tried to get me or somewhere right here, because that's when all of a sudden it just came down. I put this up, and I just grabbed it, and then when I got up, he stuck me. And when he stuck me, he let go of the bat, so I was like all backing up forward. And I was like, bro, what's your problem? He just went, now you're gonna fucking get it. And I was like, what is your problem? What is your problem? And then he hit me again, right here.
So was he wearing those blue gloves when he first had the bat and went to hit you?
When he first had the bat, he had the gloves on. But when they disarmed the glove and he punched me, he took the gloves off. Like he was about to, like, you know what I'm saying? He just went like that and just started coming at me like a crazy person.
And then as he started coming at you, what'd you do?
I put my left foot in the back and just hit him right here. And then once I saw that, I just kept hitting him
with the bat or with your fist?
I just hit him with the bat. Okay. Hit him in the head. He was like dazed. He looked like when one of them boxers, like out of breath. And then like when I hit him, I just got so mad and I just kept. And then like he hit the ground and I gave him like one more big one, and I was like, and then all of a sudden it just came flooding at me like, what did I just do?
The inconsistencies in Dillen's statements were playing against him. The interrogation takes an interesting turn as Dillen appears physically sick when reflecting on the events in the woods.
I don't know, bro. I don't feel good. I feel like throwing up. I feel like I'm drunk, bro.
If you need if you need to puke, hey, use the trash can. I understand it's a crazy situation. A lot of stuff's going on. I mean, it's stressful. I understand that. All right. When he put the gloves on, did he have the gloves on when he walked in the woods? He must have did it when he must have like lied to me. And that's the reason he probably told me he had to take and not to look because his was out. So prior to him needing to pee, he did not have the gloves on? No. And then it was just all of a sudden when you turn around and he's there with the bat, he already had them on? Literally 2 minutes after he was like, don't look behind me, my dick's still out. I got bit by an ant. But I looked behind me because I heard
right behind me.
Gotcha. Where did he hit you on your arm?
Only like right here on the meaty part.
Okay, so
I was
right
telling you, the
inside from the elbow?
bat didn't make me mad. I was just scared. But when he punched me in the face.
So that's when he hit you, you were able to take the bat,
Yeah,
and
I
that's
was
when he followed with
yeah,
a punch.
when he followed with the punch, it was I exploded, sir. I'm not even gonna lie.
Okay.
I probably could have just like hit him once or put him in a chokehold, but once he punched me, I was just like, you're going down.
So once you took the bat, he punched you, and you hit him with the bat and hit him.
No, when he punched me, that's when I was like, what the f are you doing? And he was like,
threw the gloves down.
And then when he came at me, I just went, whoa. And then he was all dazed.
When he came at you, how did he come at you?
One hand up in the back like this, and he was just coming at me like this, like running.
Like he was gonna.
Like maybe he was gonna
punch you?
maybe punch me and then try to tackle me.
Okay. About how far was he when he threw the gloves off and started coming at you?
Not far.
Okay, from using this room
About
as
me
like
and
reference,
you
just
apart.
a couple feet apart.
Yeah, because every time I tried to back up, he would come closer.
So you did try and back up, but you kept
Dude,
coming.
I was telling him, what are you doing, Gio? What are you doing? I was giving him all the chances to tell me what was going on. And I feel really bad. I mean, maybe he was just going to try to beat my ass. Maybe he wasn't going to try to kill me or something, you know what I'm saying? But what I did to him was too much.
So when he started coming at you, and he had his fist cocked back like he's going to hit you, that's when you swung and hit him sort of on the head
right,
there.
exactly right there. And that's when he was like...
And then he started dazed and backed up, and then...
Yeah, that when I saw at that point, it was just like my blood was boiling, and I was just coming for him. Not gonna lie, I came for him.
Now, when you were going after him, did you have the urge like you wanted to kill him, or just what? I mean,
I wanted to kill him.
You did?
Because I thought he was gonna kill me.
It's evident that Dillen is either deeply regretful or performing the act of his life to portray himself as a victim. But the detective dives into every detail, even probing into how Giovanni died to gauge the depth of Dillen's remorse.
Does Giovanni have a girlfriend or anything?
I don't know.
Okay, so it's not like, you may have started talking to his girl and he got all pissed off or anything?
The only thing I can think about is him being mad at me is what I just told you when he tried to show me some new thing when he got off the bus.
That Rubik's Cube thing?
Yeah, and I just blew him off. That's the last thing I did bad to Gio.
And that was about 2 weeks ago, you said?
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
In between him showing you that and then last Wednesday when he said...
We only talked one time face to face.
Okay. And you said you estimated you probably hit him about 6 times, you said?
No. I don't know, man. I just kept hitting him until I
Because I know you said when he first came at you, you hit him once sort of in the side of the head, he backed up all dazed.
Yeah, like he
your
was
blood was boiling, so you kept going. At what point did he go down?
When he got this real glassy-eyed look in his eye, like he just looked like, instead of real menacing like he looked like he was completely innocent, like he was the victim,
dazed
like he was like
confused.
this, and then that's when I started to feel bad because he looked like he was hurting more than me because he didn't hurt me, but in my head I was like, he just tried to kill me, so I ain't gonna lie to you, sir.
Well, I appreciate that.
I tried to kill him.
Okay. Once you hit him that one time and he kind of dazed, not like he was all there, and then you kept going to hit him, do you know about how many times you hit him until he went down, or did he fall down after the first strike after that?
He fell maybe after the first 6 strikes.
Okay.
But when he was on the ground, I was still so mad. I'm not going to lie, sir. I was trying to make it to where I didn't hear him breathe anymore. But then I started hearing this noise after I hit him in the head. He was like something like water, but there was no blood coming out of his mouth. And then I was like, oh my God, what did I just do?
After the first hit, or
no, after I was done, he was just laying on his back, and his blood all over his face.
When he was on the ground, do you remember about how many times you hit him then?
Only 3, because that's when he hit the ground is when it was just like a shut-off switch.
So you estimate about 6, and then he went down, and then another 3, and that was it?
Yes.
Do you remember about where you hit for the first 6? I know 1 was here, and then the next 6 was
probably
it face,
in his
chest?
face, probably all at the head and his arms. I don't think I hit him in the body. I think it was just everywhere on his head and tore up his sides of his arms and stuff. Because he did a couple of times he was like that, and he was saying stop. But he came after me, And in my head, I was like, I'm going to kill you first.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't, and I was telling my dad, I didn't go, my dad was like, you should have went out anyways. And I'm starting to think you went in there and tried to hurt him. If I wanted to go in there and hurt him, when they detained me, I had a pocket knife in my pocket.
Mm-hmm.
If I wanted to kill Gio, I would have killed him with a knife, not my own baseball bat.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha.
Dillen's attempts to reason with the detective fall short. The brutality of his actions, hitting Giovanni multiple times with a bat, goes far beyond self-defense. Such rage suggests there's more to this story.
So sort of face and arms when he was standing, when he was on the ground, do you remember where you hit then?
Who, me?
Yeah. When he was on the ground.
No, he was completely unconscious, covered in blood.
Okay.
I just couldn't stop. I was trying to so bad.
Okay, but those 3 additional strikes when he was on the ground, where did you hit? Do you remember?
And then the windpipe, his nose, and the top of his head.
Okay.
Because that's where I was trying to like.
And you said when he was standing, some of them he tried to block with his arms, and
yeah, he would only get caught.
And he said stop or whatever.
Yeah.
Do you remember what else he said?
He would just say stop. That's it.
Okay. Do you know about how many times he said that?
Maybe about 4 or 5.
Okay. And then once he was on the ground and you did those 3 final hits, what happened next?
I looked at him and I said, oh my goodness, I shouldn't have did that. I should have just put him in a headlock. And immediately, like once I started to snap back to reality, I ran out the woods screaming help. I started throwing up. I picked up the gloves like a freaking idiot and ran outside with them, showing the guy that saying that was trying to help me out. I was saying, these are the gloves he was wearing. He was like, what are you doing? Put them down. He made me drop them on the thing. And then I saw my dad coming home from work, and I just took off towards the house.
Okay.
I'm scared.
Do you remember where you
in trouble?
Well, I understand, and that's why it's important to be honest with me, and my job is to figure out what happened.
I didn't delete any of this. So you can go on there where I was like, hey, it's gonna be me and you today, like you said. I didn't delete none of my text messages. But I just don't want to get in trouble because my dad was like, you could have did something else, you big fighter. I mean, I know what he looked like before I left.
Do you know what you did? Where you dropped with the bat?
When I looked at him, I went like this and threw the bat, and I think the bat maybe like landed at an angle sideways at him.
So near his body?
Yeah, near. What? His body? He's dead?
Yes, sir. He is. He is. I'm sorry to have to tell you that, but yes, Giovanni did pass. I understand that, and I understand this is very, very tough and stressful.
He's my friend.
Yes, sir. I'm sorry. Like I said, I'm sorry I have to tell you that.
Are you for real?
Yes,
You're
sir.
not playing with me.
I'm not playing with you.
How am I gonna live when I killed somebody? Oh my! I killed somebody.
There's some toilet paper there next to you if you need to, dry your eyes, blow your nose. I know this is very tough on you. All right, it's not easy to have to talk about this.
I was just so mad. I didn't mean to kill him for real. I don't care if he tried to kill me first. I don't want to kill nobody. How am I supposed to live with myself after this?
Well, I can't tell you what you need to do or what the right thing to do is, but there are people that you can talk to, and counselors and grief counselors to talk about. Talking is the best thing you can do.
What is my family?
Well, I can tell you this right now. All right, your parents know that Giovanni's dead, and they are still your parents. At the end of the day, your dad was telling me, you're his son. He still loves you. It's hard to think that this was something that you had planned out for weeks and wanted to try and go do.
If I wanted to kill him, I wanted to use the baseball bat. I had a pocket knife on me that should have gave them enough reason that I wasn't going to go in there to hurt him.
His tears might suggest regret, but given his prior behavior, the detectives are bound to suspect that Dillen is acting. By playing along, they aim to extract a confession.
Did the skateboard that's out there, is that yours or Giovanni's?
Huh?
There's a skateboard.
What does that mean? No, I don't skate. That was Giovanni.
That was Giovanni's skateboard? Do you know where that was during this whole incident?
I have no idea. He always carries his skateboards. He never lets us touch them.
Okay. He didn't try and hit you with that at all?
No.
Okay. Do you know if did you use that to hit him at all?
No.
Okay.
No, I didn't use that to hit him.
Okay.
I only used the baseball.
Mm-hmm. On a rough estimate, how often do you think you would go to those woods to smoke?
Almost every single week.
Every week?
With somebody different every time. That was our chill spot. Mm-hmm. Everybody went back to that spot and smoked.
Okay.
Or played around. We played football back there because it was off the grid.
Mm-hmm.
So when he asked,
somewhere away from the parents, kind of thing.
So we always go back there. We always go back there and play football. We always go back there. We didn't have a baseball bat. We would go in the woods and walk around and throw the baseball. So we always smoke in there. So when he was like, "Hey, do you want to come smoke in the woods?" It wasn't a surprise to me. Mm-hmm. The only thing that surprised me is when I turned around and Gio was over my head.
Okay.
I didn't mean to kill him, though. I wanted to, but I didn't really want to. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
No, I got you.
Oh, my God. No.
Did either of you guys bring a baseball when you guys went out there? Or what were you guys going to play baseball with?
He was supposed to have the baseball. He said he had a baseball. All he needed was the bat.
Okay. And did he show you the baseball at all, or?
No, I didn't see any type of baseball. When I went back and got the bat, he was standing in front of the woods. I said, "I got the bat." And he was like, "All right, let's hurry up and go smoke." And I'm gonna be honest. I've been smoking for like 2 years. So when somebody says let's smoke,
that's what you're focusing on. You're not.
Yeah, I was trying to roll. I was trying to get high.
I got you.
I was being honest.
And I appreciate that.
There was no argument. He was fine until all of a sudden he got real weird when he was like, "Don't look, my got bit by an ant. Mm-hmm. I have to move. My dick's still out. Don't look. Don't turn around." And that's when I heard the shh, and then I turned around and I heard and he was over me. And then it just happened, and then I just raged on him.
Mm-hmm. I got you.
I hate fighting. Every time I fight, something bad happens, but I've never killed nobody before. Mm-hmm. How am I supposed to live in that neighborhood knowing that I killed their parent's son?
Well, that's something I can't answer that, unfortunately. I can't tell you, what the next step you need to do.
I've never killed somebody before. I'm not even a grown-up.
Mm-hmm. Have you ever gone and killed anything else, like animals or anything before?
The only thing that I used to kill were lizards.
Mm-hmm.
And that was because my grandpa used to give me 50 cents each.
Kind of like a pest management kind of thing? Yeah. Kind of just before the lizard population gets too big, your grandpa would help you get that?
Yeah, but that's it.
Animals like that?
I used to kill cats.
About how long ago was that?
When I was 11. And back, for a very short time when I was getting bullied, but that was almost 5 years ago.
Okay, so about 11.
It was mainly I only did that stuff when I was getting bullied or I had something really stressed. I haven't did any of that stuff in a long time.
So when bullied or stressed?
Yes.
Okay. Do you know about how many you killed?
Only two. I don't have the stomach, man.
Mm-hmm. Do you know whose cats they were? Were they strays or
Probably just strays. I
Okay.
don't know. It was so long ago.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't even I was getting satisfaction out of it. I would just be mad and I would see a cat and I would kick it really hard and it would just stop moving.
Mm-hmm. So whenever those two that you did kill, that you just kicked them?
I kicked one and the other one I punched. But I usually have good self-control. The only thing that I haven't been able to freaking cope with is this stupid anxiety.
Mm-hmm. Have you been diagnosed with anxiety?
Yes.
Dillen's story of killing animals without reason is both chilling and troubling. At just 16, he exhibits behavior that could indicate psychopathic tendencies, or was he simply channeling his frustration through these acts? Could this pattern explain why he killed Giovanni? Despite many questions, the answers are not far from reach.
3 times, but nobody can ever help me. I've been in therapy, I've been put on medication, nothing works. Xanax.
What sort of medications have you been put on?
I've been put on, there's this one that's supposed to like slow the muscle movements in your stomach and take away the anxiousness chemical from your brain, and I was on another one that gave me, and it was like Xanax, and I didn't want to take it because it was like Xanax. I don't mess with nothing like that. I only smoke. And it made me feel like really weird, like how I feel right now, like just freaking disoriented and drunk.
When was the last time you took any of those prescription medications? Okay.
But I feel like I don't even like want to go home. I don't want to face my family. I killed somebody.
Okay. Do you remember right after the mayhem stopped and you realized what had happened and you ran out calling for help? Did you ever use your phone to call 911 then, or what was going through your mind?
What going through my mind was, oh my God, I beat him up, and the dude that told me to put the gloves down was the one that told me to call the police, because I'm telling you, after I did it, I'm so distraught right now, I can't even freaking think straight.
Did you
I
call
was throwing up.
After that guy tells you to call?
I called immediately.
And was that prior to getting home or after you get home?
I called as soon as that guy told me. I was like right outside the woods.
Okay, so.
And the guy was like, I'm gonna go check on him, he ran into the wrong part of the woods, but I didn't want to tell him because my dad had just came home, and better just to go home and tell my dad that he tried to.
So
I didn't even say to my dad that he tried to kill me. I was like, Gio just tried to hurt me, and I beat him up. And that's why my dad got mad when I was like, I beat him up, but.
Okay. So were you on the phone 911 as you were running home?
Yeah, I was on the phone 911 the whole time until they showed up. I ended his life. I ended all the things he could have became.
Okay.
His life was just starting.
Are these the same clothes that you were wearing during this whole thing?
Yes.
Have you washed your hands or cleaned up at all?
No, I don't want to do any of that until the freaking police say that I'm off the hook, because I've watched way too many TV shows to know somebody can get screwed like that.
Okay.
That's why I didn't delete any of the text message. The text message just says, hey, do you want to chill after school by ourselves, like you said? And then there's like 15 question marks, and where I was like, hey, where you at? You told me to be out here. I'm walking around. And then he led me to the woods. We got to the edge of the woods. He said, hey, do you have a baseball bat? And me being a freaking gullible dude I know, pothead, good friend, I said, yeah. He said, look, we're going to go get Zach and play baseball. And it didn't bother me that he didn't want to go get Zach, because you know how kids are. They don't want to share it. So I figured he just didn't want to share the weed.
You guys only had a certain amount of weed. You want to make sure you guys.
Thought.
Yeah.
But when he freaking looked at, when I turned around and the thing was over his head, I figured it all out.
Do you have any questions for me right now?
I don't know what I'm going to do.
I know a lot's going through your head. One of the things that another detective is asking your dad about is if you and your father, because you are a juvenile, would be willing to allow us to collect your clothing for evidence.
What I'm wearing right now, you can.
But I'm not going to do that now. Let me step out and make a phone call. If your father's like, yeah, that's fine, I'll see if another detective can bring a change of clothes for you. So that way you don't have to wear one of these white suits that we got.
I just don't want to get in trouble. Dad said, when I came home and told Dad what I just told you, he looked at me, he said, I don't believe you. And I know what that's going to look like to freaking people who see this on a daily basis.
Okay. Well, like I said, I spoke with your dad, and at first he didn't believe you, and then when he saw how upset you were, he knew something was wrong, and that's why he was like, hey, call 911. And like I said, your parents still love you. They're still your parents at the end of the day. All right? It happens.
Usually people don't die, though.
Even Dillen's father struggles to believe his story. During the 911 call, his father seemed doubtful, as if he knew his son was capable of something darker. Then, in a moment that shocked the detectives, Dillen's emotional display intensifies. But is it real, or just another calculated attempt to manipulate the investigation?
Having another panic attack?
Yes, sir.
What can I do for you? Do you need something to drink?
Sir.
Okay. Hey, try having a seat in the chair. Because I know with panic attacks, it's a whole breathing thing, and you hunched over like that is not helping your diaphragm and your lungs get the oxygen they need. If you can, try and stand up straight. Try and breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth. Nice deep breaths.
I need help with this.
Do you want anything to drink or anything? No? Okay. Try to take nice deep breaths. Do you need an ambulance or anything?
No, but they're just gonna check my vitals and realize that anxiety. No.
Okay. Hey, I need to offer, if you do need an ambulance, just let me know and I can call
I
one.
need some help for my anxiety.
What would help that?
I'm just gonna have to wait till I get out of here. They can't do nothing. If this is not helping it,
What's not helping it?
this stuff. I killed somebody.
Like I said, I know what stuff, dude. Alright. Anything I can do to help you, just let me know, alright?
I want my dad, or I need somebody to help me. I don't know what I'm gonna do now, man. I'm gonna face anything. I'm not gonna do anything.
Well, let's try and not focus on the future right now. Focus on controlling your breathing. Alright, nice deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth.
Genuine panic attacks are triggered by overwhelming stress. Yet during the 911 call, Dillen showed no signs of panic. Now, hours later, he suddenly claims to be overwhelmed. It doesn't take deep psychological insight to see through his act. These theatrics are merely attempts to avoid addressing the truth. But his fate was sealed the moment he stepped into the interrogation room.
I'm trying so hard not to have another panic attack right now, bro.
No, that's fine. One of the things that one of the detectives, I guess they talked to someone around the neighborhood who said that you'd gone to their house looking for a bat to get a project to do.
No, yeah, I know exactly who you're talking about. And
Who was that?
It's Zach Black.
Zach.
I told Zach that I got a little project that I'm working on for him. And the day that I asked for the bat, about the baseball bat, I don't even remember asking. I don't remember asking nothing about
What's this project?
I'm gonna give Zach. You ever heard of Yu-Gi-Oh?
Of who?
Yu-Gi-Oh.
Oh, Yu-Gi-Oh?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, 5 years ago, I hopped into Yu-Gi-Oh real bad, like addiction, and I bought a bunch of like the good cards and like the good sets. And what I was doing was I was putting all of the cards that Zach needed, because Zach plays Yu-Gi-Oh too. He's got all way better cards than me, but I've got some cards. So I was like making like a whole box that I was just gonna give to him, but I wasn't ready yet because I've got like over like 500 cards. But I do not remember asking about a baseball bat because I got a baseball bat at my house, obviously.
Okay. There are some other people around the neighborhood that were saying that you've made comments to them about wondering what it's like to kill someone recently.
No, see, this is exactly what I was telling that lady on the phone. Everybody's just gonna start saying stuff.
Which lady?
Because my dad was saying the same stuff. He was like, he's like, watching all this Dexter, I don't believe it. I knew this was gonna happen. As soon as y'all start talking to people, people are gonna be like, oh, he talks about this, he talks about this. It's not true.
What?
Never had the. I said, I wonder how it feels like how to kill like Dexter, because you know who Dexter is.
The HBO show?
Yeah, he kills like and stuff. But I'm not gonna kill somebody on purpose. Right now, I'm accidentally killing Gio. Right now, I can't keep the guilt from actually killing him, the anxiety away. Why would I purposely end my life like this? Like I don't know if I'm ever gonna get better after this.
So it was more, you said, along the lines of you wondered what it was like to kill someone like Dexter?
More along the lines of it was just conversation. It was never nothing about
Do you remember who you had this conversation with?
Yeah, Zach.
Oh, it was with Zach? But how long ago was that?
Like 2 weeks ago, because I just bought the first season of Dexter.
Okay.
It's weird because he don't have the, you know what I'm saying, the anxiety, and he kills bad people and stuff, you know what I'm saying? That's all I was making conversation about. But I do not remember anything about asking Zach for a baseball bat, though, because I have a baseball bat at my house, obviously.
Okay. There was...
Trust me, I wouldn't kill somebody. Just talking about it right now is making me just throw up, bro. And I want my dad here so bad, bro. I need help, bro.
Well, there was someone other than Zach that told a detective that you had told someone that you wanted to take someone out into the woods and kill them.
No, see, now, That I'm gonna deny, because not only did I only talk about Zach with those things, it was only Zach. So I've never talked about nobody else.
Do you know?
And that those words have never came out my mouth. Everybody's gonna be like, "Oh, Dillen just got into this Dexter show," or "Oh, Dillen said something about this," and they're gonna try to put me to blame for this. Not once. About the Dexter, but no about asking Zach for a baseball bat, and no about I want to bring somebody in the woods to kill themselves. The Dexter stuff, I said, yeah, I wonder what it feels like to live with no anxiety and kill and have no anxiety and kill the bad people. That's all I said, but I've never asked any of those.
About how long ago did you start watching Dexter?
Like 2 weeks.
Okay, about 2 weeks ago. How far have you gotten into it?
Disc 3.
Is that, what season is that?
The first one.
It's still the first season?
Yeah. I'm not stupid. I'm not going to watch a TV show and then go outside and then kill somebody. That's stupid.
Have you, while watching Dexter, ever think, maybe this is something to help the anxiety go away?
That's exactly what he did. Dillen must now decide, did he kill Giovanni out of anger, self-defense, or in a moment of panic? The detectives, however, are no longer buying into his shifting explanations. Detectives now know the stakes. Each inconsistency in Dillen's story exposes a darker truth, and as the pieces come together, the real story of what happened in the woods begins to emerge, and it is a story more shocking than anyone could have imagined.
Some of the things that they're seeing at the scene isn't really adding up with, what you told me. The whole thing with the gloves, for you to grab the gloves and run out after realizing that you just beat the crap out of Gio.
At this point, it almost becomes comical every time Dillen opens his mouth. He reveals another lie, further proving that he has been dishonest from the very start. It's as if he's delusional and is convinced he's outsmarting the detectives and will somehow walk away free.
As soon as I freaking got out the woods and called 911, I was like, watch some crazy crap happen and all this turn around on me. I knew this was going to happen.
Well, when you say you knew it would happen, what do you mean you knew it would happen?
Like, as soon as I was freaking done, when I was done and going outside the woods, I was like, oh my God, watch it all be my fault. Watch me be the only one to get in trouble. Watch me to get in trouble. You know what I'm saying? I knew this was going to happen.
Well, who else would be in trouble if it wasn't just you?
I didn't know Gio was going to die. I thought he would freaking be alive, and then when he got back up, y'all could arrest him for coming at me, but I didn't know he was going to die. And now that he's dead, I have no way to prove my innocence. No way at all. What am I going to do?
Well,
this anxiety is breaking me. I don't know how much longer I'm going to be able to live.
Earlier you said there was the past couple months have been just one thing after. What's been going on the past couple months? Him lying there, he didn't even look the same. Right? His face is unrecognizable. His parents are not going to be able to have an open casket viewing for him because that's how bad his face is.
You don't think I feel bad about that, man?
Well, I can't say what you think or what you feel because I'm not you.
I feel bad. I feel like shit. I feel like I'm a monster. I feel like I don't deserve to live.
Because, you felt that bad. I haven't touched it. I haven't held it. I don't know how heavy it is, but, that is dented. Like, flattened. From earlier, you said your blood started boiling and you had that rage, if you would, of, I want to kill him. And that's when the swinging started. Am I right? Is that accurate?
Yes.
And have you ever felt that before?
Yes.
When?
Almost every fight that I've been in, but I've never had a baseball bat to hit somebody with. It's always been my fists.
How many fights have you been in the past, if you had to guess? I know.
In the past year, I've been doing really good. I haven't gotten, except this. This is the first altercation I've been in since 2015.
Okay, and is that when you were...
I got arrested for the fight with him.
What about in the past, say, 5 years? How many fights have you gotten into, if you had to guess?
2.
Just 2?
Yeah.
Which ones are those?
A verbal argument with my dad and Gio. This one. I'm telling you, I'm not a bad kid. I don't kill people.
The verbal argument with your dad, did you get arrested for that one?
Yes.
What did you get arrested for?
I pushed him.
Okay, so it was a physical argument.
Yeah, like it was verbal, and then My anxiety, I'm telling you, my anxiety is killing me, bro. I don't know how much longer, and it's killing me.
So with the incident with your dad, did you have, during that argument that at some point you allegedly pushed him? Is that when, did you have the same feeling of like that rage inside?
Same feeling. I just want, it was like, I was having an anxiety attack, a really bad one, and he didn't like do what y'all do. You know how y'all talk to me before y'all touch me? He was like, what's wrong? And he was like, touch me. Just had an anxiety attack. I didn't want to tell him that I had anxiety. I still don't want to admit that I have this anxiety because I've never had it before.
Now, this explains why his father thinks that Dillen might be lying and actually murdered Giovanni, and not as a mere accident. But if that is so, what's the motive? Wait till you see the next clip, and it will reveal some of the cards he's been playing with so far.
You heard voices or anything in the past? Like someone talking to you that's not there?
Yes.
Have you told anyone about that?
No.
Well, how long ago was that?
It doesn't go away.
Talk to me about that. Why not?
Because they say bad things, but I don't do them.
Like what?
Not just killing.
What things have they told you to do that you haven't done?
I don't.
Did they tell you to do anything to Gio?
Wait. Let me stop.
Yeah. You want something to drink?
No.
I'm a different guy. You're Dillen, right?
Sir.
Dillen?
Yes, sir.
Now talk to me for a minute. Let's just talk for a minute. It's okay. Just take a couple deep breaths.
I can't take it anymore.
Just take a couple deep breaths, all right? You've been talking to the detective here for a little while, right?
Yes, sir.
You told him some things about what happened out there?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And I kind of, he was saying that there was some bat involved or something like that? A bat?
Yes, sir.
Where'd this bat come from?
My house.
Your house? So you brought it over there with you?
Yes, he asked me to because he wanted to play football after we got done smoking.
So play football with the bat?
No, not football, baseball.
Baseball. Where was the ball at?
He didn't even show it to me. There was no baseball.
There was no baseball? So what do you think he would come down there with no ball if he wanted to play baseball?
I don't know. People asked me to go smoke in the woods all the time. He said he wanted to smoke in the woods with me and him. I didn't think nothing of it. That's all I did.
So how did he ask you to bring the bat?
When we got to the woods, he asked to bring the bat because after we get done smoking, he wanted to go get Zach and play baseball.
So you got to the woods together?
Yes.
Today?
Yes.
And then you left?
I left by myself to go get the bat, yes.
And what was he doing when you left?
I have no idea. In the
Was he
woods
standing
by
in the field?
himself. No, he was in the woods. He
He was
walked
in the woods? Okay. And I take it that these gloves that you had on, some rubber gloves,
I didn't have any gloves. I didn't have them on. I picked them up.
you picked them up, but
Yes.
you didn't have them on,
No, I swear he had them on.
right?
I know, but I wasn't mad at him.
But you found out when? Just a couple days ago, right?
No,
It's like 2 days ago you found out.
like a week.
Okay, well it was in the last few days, right?
Sir.
And this is a girl you pretty much admire her, don't you?
Yes,
I
sir.
mean, she's
Love her.
a nice girl. You love her? You love her?
She
So you
doesn't
were,
love me back.
and you and what's his nickname?
You?
Gio. You and Gio, you are friends? But y'all had some problems in the past, right?
Yes, sir.
And y'all had some problems recently. Haven't you?
Yes,
I'm
sir.
gonna let you know, I've talked to a lot of people. And Dillen, listen, look at me. I'm not sitting here saying you're a bad guy or anything. You were texting him and writing him to come down there, weren't you?
Yes, sir.
And you were upset with him, weren't you?
Yes,
I know
sir.
that, huh?
Yes, sir.
And when you got down there, y'all started talking. And he probably said some stuff about Haley that you didn't like, and you lost control, didn't you?
Up till now, there was no mention of Dillen being upset with Giovanni. He was too busy with playing the part of someone who might as well be delusional. But as soon as the police mentioned Haley, there was a subtle shift in demeanor. What does Haley have to do with anything? The answer lies in here.
Not saying you're a bad guy, but you lost control, didn't you?
I love her.
So, is this all about her?
No.
I mean, listen. How old are you now?
16.
I was 16 a long time ago, but I was 16. And I had a girlfriend at 16, and this guy took her away from me because I felt that I wasn't good enough. And I was upset. And I probably could have freaked out on the guy, but I didn't have the opportunity to do that. You know what I'm saying? Because emotions get big when you love somebody, don't they? Emotions get big, and they can kind of make you do things that you probably wouldn't do otherwise. And I think that I don't know you that well, but you're, how old now, 16? I know you're capable of telling the truth, aren't you?
I want to tell you the rest.
Just listen, we're not here to judge you. Hey, Dylan, I'm not here to judge you at all, okay? I'm telling you that right now. I'm not here to judge you. Huh?
Because he did that to Haley. And he said some stuff about Haley.
What was he saying about her?
Just, he brought me to the spot where he told me.
Oh, where the spot where this happened? He said he f***ed her in the woods?
No.
Where?
He brought me maybe last Sunday or Saturday, he brought me to this spot in the woods. We were going to smoke.
Uh-huh.
And he had me sit down in this one spot, and he started laughing at me. Because I just told him that I feel like I'm in love with Haley. And he was like, well, Haley, and I was like, I don't believe you. And then he pointed right at the spot I was sitting at, and he was like, hey, Haley, right there.
So he was like trying to rub it in your face. And that upset you, didn't it? So you was going to get even with him on that, wasn't you?
No, I wasn't planning on killing him. I just wanted to talk to him.
So what happened when y'all got out there today and started talking? The more you looked at him, the more it upset you, didn't it? The way he rubbed that in your face?
Yes.
And you had that bat down there just in case?
Yes.
So you decided to, you was, because the way he was hit, I could tell you were upset. Because I've been doing this for a long time. And you can tell when somebody just gets hit one time or twice. He was hit over and over again because you were upset. Not saying that you're a bad person or that you're going to do this to everybody else or whatever. You're even going to do it again.
Didn't mean to do it, you know. Didn't mean to.
But you were in such a rage, wasn't you?
I just wanted to talk.
But you got in a rage, didn't you?
But he couldn't keep his mouth shut about all the shit that he did to me.
Okay. Now the bottom line is, he didn't attack you, did he?
No.
You were upset because of what he was rubbing in your face about Haley, wasn't he?
Yes, sir.
And when he got down there, you had that bat, and y'all started talking. Did you say anything else about her today?
Yes.
What did he say?
That I don't know why you're getting so mad. You should not even like her anymore because I f***ed her. And I was like, well, that's not true love. And he was like, shut up, Dylan. You don't even know what true love is.
So then what happened then?
He made a comment about my mental problems.
And what did that do? Did that upset you?
Yes.
And what'd you do then?
I killed him.
Now go through the steps if you can remember how this went down.
He said what I just told you.
And then what did you do first with the bat?
I said quit talking about the girl I love and my mental health problems. Because he's the only one besides you I just told about the voices. My parents don't even know. He's the only one who knows about when I go to sleep, I have these bad dreams. He's the only one who knows. He was the only one I thought I trusted. And then he throws it all in my face right after he said that the girl that I love.
Mm-hmm.
was treating me like garbage, so I treated him like a piece of garbage.
So what was the first thing you did with that?
I pointed at him and told him to stop talking about me. And he didn't look like he was scared. He was like, Dylan, quit being you're going to be you just put the bat down. And that started to piss me off. So I took another step further. And he said, what are you going to do? Because he hit me in the head with a bat. And then he pushed me. And then I hit him in the head with the bat.
What did he do when you hit him in the head?
He looked at me like he was really sorry for what he had did.
I mean, did he fall down or was he still standing?
He was still standing after a couple of hits.
Mm-hmm. So you had a couple of times when he was standing
Yes.
in the head?
Yes.
And then what did you do?
When he hit the ground, I wanted to make sure he never talked bad about me again, so I hit him in the Adam's apple
How was he laying?
on his back.
Okay. So you hit him in the throat area?
Yes.
And then what?
I realized what I had just done and how I f***ed up, and I threw everything down and ran out the woods and started throwing up, calling for help.
So did you hit him any more times in the face when he's on his back?
Once, that was it.
Dylan's every action seemed designed to avoid the inevitable truth. Just a week before the incident, he and Giovanni had already clashed over Haley. This conflict led Dylan to devise a deadly plan to remove his friend, the one he believed had betrayed him. On the day of the murder, he urged Giovanni to meet him in the woods, a familiar place for them. What Giovanni didn't know was that Dylan had already borrowed a baseball bat from a neighbor earlier, a chilling indication of his intentions. When the moment came, he struck Giovanni without mercy, leaving the scene pretending to seek help. While questions remain about his mental health claims, one thing is certain: Dylan won't be walking free again. During the trial, it was proved to be a premeditated plan, and Dillen Murray was found guilty. On December 19, 2019, he pleaded guilty by blaming his auditory hallucinations that he faced when he was 10. However, that was a futile attempt and was sentenced to 60 years in Florida State Prison, followed by 20 years of probation. Giovanni Diaz was only 15 years old, with dreams and a future that was tragically stolen from him. He wasn't just a victim, he was a son, a friend, a young man who deserved to grow up and live his life. His family is left to bear the unending pain of his loss, mourning the life and potential that was taken far too soon. It serves as a somber reminder of how fragile life is, especially when young lives intersect with unaddressed issues and impulsive choices. This case delves into the psyche of a troubled teen, revealing how unchecked aggression and untreated mental health struggles can spiral into tragedy. Could early intervention have changed Dylan's path? How responsible is society for steering troubled teens away from violence? The story raises complex questions that invite reflection. Let us know your thoughts, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more cases that delve into the shadows of the human mind. Thank you for watching.